This hour of programming is brought to you by Kristen Knowles and Tom Fettig. You can become a sustaining member of WOMR for as little as $15 a month. For more information, call 508-487-2619. Welcome to Healing Wisdom, a Thursday morning talk show featuring guests sharing their stories and knowledge. We discuss the healing aspects of the arts, metaphysics, social justice, and adventure through all types of terrain. So join me, Pandora Peoples, here on WOMR 92.1 FM in Provincetown and WFMR 91.3 FM in Orleans. We're streaming worldwide at WOMR.org. Welcome to Healing Wisdom. Today is September 19th. We're going to hear from singer Katty Z. She's going to talk about her new music, Return to Love, Barefoot in the Creek, and Love Merry-Go-Round. Her background is in psychotherapy, and we used to enjoy doing ceremonies together. So stay tuned for that.
Thank you. It's been, I know we tried to do this about a year or two ago, and it seems like this is the right time, and it's an honor to be here with you. I always remember our full moon gatherings that you used to do, and it was so magical, like outside on the beach, and you'd invite me to sing and channel, and I love that. I always take that with me, and I'm so proud of you for how far you've come too. And yeah. And so in a missed community. So I want to bring this to community soon, so where do we start? Yeah. So I released 2 songs finally, right? I mean, actually before this, I was with a band called Magic Beyond Words, with my music partner at that time, Lee Jovi. And that's the album that my voice is going, interesting enough. Let me get some tea. Everybody take a break for tea. We just started.
Tea is good. Yeah.
Tea's always good.
I love the full moon gatherings that we had, and it was just so lovely to bring so many women together under the full moon, all from very different backgrounds and different cultures and different religious beliefs and different spiritual beliefs. Yeah. And what we had in common was wanting sisterhood and really believing in the power of something greater than ourselves and the interconnectedness of everyone and everything, and an appreciation for nature.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all of that. You summed it up. And I really appreciate that we had that chapter together. And I'm glad that there's a new chapter here too. And hopefully someday that will be integrated as well. And as for now, I say finally because it took years and years and years to release a song, right? Like that's my own song. I've worked with many people and they're part of my journey and I'm so grateful for them. And then I finally get here to release my first single is Return to Love. And the way that happened is that song came to me on a long work day, like on a day that sometimes I don't have words anymore left. So I need music. I need music to express what I'm feeling. And so I grabbed my ukulele. I play a little bit of ukulele, a little bit of everything. I'm no expert, but and so I started, strumming, and just the strum felt so meditative and so good. And then eventually the words like, when you feel like hiding under the covers, when you feel like hiding from your troubles, started coming through. And then like, you're not alone. You can reach out, you can return to love. So, and that felt like something I needed. And also I needed for my clients to have, like almost like a prayer for them and for me.
And so people know you're a psychotherapist, and so you've been working with patients for a long time.
For a long time, like many years. And I love it. And this is also part of my expression. This is my prayer, my connection to God, and something first for me, and then I can share. And I used to sing as a kid to God because I felt like nobody would listen at home. It was a very loud household and a lot going on. So my way to connect was singing to God, and I felt heard. So someone was listening. And then from there, I was in choir in Uruguay. So this is back in Montevideo, Uruguay, in Armenian school, and then Spanish school. And then we moved to America. Always loved to sing. And I was in theater for a minute. And then I forgot what you asked, but I'm going to keep going.
Oh, I was just mentioning that your background. So my question is, how did you transition from improvising music, as you say, channeling, and sort of playing a supportive role with bands such as Magic Beyond Words? You were traveling around the world too with another music partner.
Yeah. How did I That's a good question. Actually, Pandora, I started by writing songs. Like I have a song called Even the Strongest Cry. And so I would sing that, and then I would forget my guitar at coffee shops, and then I would do a cappella. And then eventually I started writing and forgetting my own lyrics. So then I would go to coffee shops. There's the oldest coffee shop in LA called the Onyx. It's no longer there, but now we have Figaro Bistros in there instead on Vermont. So I used to go to the Onyx and bring my songs, and actually they were written, but I would forget my own lyrics. So instead I started to just channel, and just take a chance. And I would channel. There's two ways that happened, and I'll come back to how I started writing again. One way that happened was I would do backup for artists, like the poets. So the poets would do their poetry, and I would do the channel. And then and this is a little bit after college, we used to go with a few friends from college to this place in Malibu. There used to be an empty water tank, and we would sing there also during full moons. And a water tank, when it's empty, has this huge vibration. There's so much space to sing. So just let it rip, let it go.
Yeah. Was this at Don Bird's house by any chance? Just like totally random. Don Bird?
No, it wasn't a house.
Okay. Because he had a big water tank on his property, and like he used it and loved the acoustics. Oh. Yeah. But that was like 30 years ago.
Oh yeah, this is many months ago. Many months ago. It feels like lifetimes in this lifetime. And so Yeah, that's it. That's that. Like the voice, the improvising, and then that was used as part of the channelings later on when I did the 2 albums with Magic Beyond Words. That was the sound journeys, the sound healing journeys. Now, the music, the other music was still always inside me. The lyrics, I would put everything on voice memo, and there's hundreds of ideas. And so I'm like, Katty, it's time. It's time for you to record the songs that are coming through because that's God talking to you, and you need to put that in and share. And so I started taking it more seriously, like actually write it down. Actually, even if you don't perform, it's time to record right now. And so this song, Return to Love, my friends Ray Amana and Colin Martin, they were doing a challenge on Facebook. And right before I saw this challenge on Facebook, another friend told me, Michael Hathaway said, you should work with them. And then I see this challenge that is 3 songs in 5 days. And I go, oh, I really need that. I really need someone to help me put my songs together and just keep going. And so we did that last summer. We did 3 songs, and 2 of those are Return to Love and Barefoot in the Creek. There's another one coming later called Thank You, God. And so, so it finally happened, and it just was so special to finally take that voice seriously, because it's been there all along. Like, you need to write. And yeah.
Troubles, I hope you'll know you're not alone when you feel like you've hit a brick wall.
This is Healing Wisdom on WOMR 92.1 FM in Provincetown and WFMR 91.3 FM in Orleans. I'm Pandora Peoples. We just heard Return to Love, a new single from Katty Z. You can find it on SoundCloud. Katty Z has just been playing music around the world, the harmonium and the guitar and the ukulele, and she plays around with a bunch of different instruments. She is a fantastic full moon inspired singer. We were talking about non-denominational ceremonies and the beauty of connecting to nature. There's nothing like being on the sand on the beach with the rolling waves, the beautiful tides. What's your writing process?
Writing process?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. Like this song, the Return to Love came through the ukulele, just playing around on a day that was pretty intense at work. And I mean, I love what I do, and it can still be intense. Like if you have kids, you love them, but it can be intense, you know? So, so it doesn't mean it's not one or the other, it's both. So, it was an intense day. I needed a release, and it was the ukulele. It was just so helpful. And then that song started coming through, humming words. And then I took it to a friend, my friend Kia. She helped me structure it a little bit. And then our friends, Rhea, Mana, and Colin Martin, and they really helped put it more structure, production. It's like it was beautiful. It's such a beautiful process. And then Barefoot in the Creek, I was at the creek, had my feet in the water barefoot. I like to go and meditate barefoot in the creek. And I could see people just rushing, like they have to get to that waterfall, you know. It's like, and for me, sometimes that's really awesome. And sometimes it feels like, what's the rush? You know, why are we rushing so much? And so for me, it was like, you know, I'm just going to be barefoot, maybe like move a little, dance, meditate. And then I recorded the sound of a creek. And that's what you hear in the very beginning. It's the sound of a creek. And then at first that song was going to be a reggae song. It might still be a reggae song at some point. And just about being able to take your time and dance and be barefoot. And then I took it to Rhea and Colin, and it became something slightly different, pretty magical, because now we have dragons in there and the magic of, you know, remembering who we are. And so I love that it transformed. And that one we co-wrote, that one we definitely collaborated. And it was so much fun. At one point, we're writing, and at one point I'm kind of stuck, and I go, I need to 5. They're going. I'm not used to like keep going and writing and going. I'm like, I need a break. And we're in Topanga. So I go outside. I go, I need a 5-minute break. I got to go for a walk. So I go for a walk, and there's butterflies, of course, and hummingbirds and what have you. And then I say that to Rhea, and she puts it in the song. You know, it ends up in the song, and a flavor of it. So just it was very fun to collaborate, and I'd love to do that again. And so yeah. And I have a new song that's coming pretty soon called Love Merry-Go-Round. That was about dating. That Love Merry-Go-Round. Oh my gosh, are you even here on this ride? And that one came through a beat, you know, like dun, dun. It's just 120 beats. I had a new keyboard, so I started playing around. And da 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 came, and then I just started singing to that. And years later, this is maybe 8 years later, I sit down, well, first with my friend Kia, who was my music teacher, and then now with Dylan Gardner has helped me put that song together, like more structure. It's really fun. It's got some Beatle element to it. It's got a calliope in there, which is the merry-go-round sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's got a lot of trumpets, and it's very short. It's a short song, but it's got a lot. And it's a fun poppy. I call it healing pop. All of this is healing pop for me. Um, and I'm just enjoying it. Enjoying. It's healing for me. I look forward to doing it and sharing it.
Very cool. So, with regard to performing, do you have any memorable performances that kind of stand out as kind of epic in some way?
Sometimes like small ones. Like I remember years and years ago at a coffee shop, I did an a cappella song, the Even the Strongest Cry. And I had my eyes closed. I didn't know what was going on. I forgot my guitar again. And so I just showed up and did a cappella song, closed my eyes, and I opened my eyes, and this girl was hugging me, and she was crying, and she goes, I really needed that. Usually those are the most memorable ones. Like in the moment, touching someone.
And that's really sweet. Yeah, very meaningful.
There are many, many, many.
Tell us about traveling with your music. Tell us about your time as a troubadour.
Oh, it was fun. We went the original idea was to go to Spain and Morocco to gather music ideas to make this album. And we started in Spain at a sound healing center. And my friend Michelle Averard and her husband Nestor Kornblum, they run it. And we went there to do an exchange so we could live there for a little bit. And then we went over to Morocco from there to the Fez Music Festival. Mm. Yeah, it's an inspiration of the Fez Sacred Music Festival, actually. And that's actually where I met Yuval Ron, who then I worked with when I came back to America. But yeah, Morocco was very it's a different world. Like when you have questions, the questions become more questions, but there's so much depth because of the people, the music, the history. It's a different dimension. It's a really different world. And that I think influenced some of our music when we went back to Spain.
Very cool. Very cool. So on this new musical journey for you, have you been having any vivid dreams or any kind of experience in meditation where you're like either in the zone or just like getting kind of this messages or symbols?
Good question. I don't know. It's a good question. I feel like each song does that each time I sing. Like it's not separate from the song itself takes me on a journey. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And the images are right there with the song. And then it's funny. I dream a lot, but lately I'm not remembering. But I did have a dream of a baby dolphin like telling me to teach this mermaid. So that's another story. Like it's before. This is pre all this, but with that, I think each song is doing that. Other than there's an urgency that they're calling me into, but it's a peaceful urgency. I don't know if that makes sense. Mm-hmm.
And what did the baby dolphin tell you to teach? Can you?
That's the problem. She never told me what to teach. This is so cool. Baby dolphin. This is a dream years ago, but it's related. Puts me in a cove in front of this bald-headed, pregnant mermaid. What? And baby dolphin puts me in front of him and says, teach. And I go, hey, and then baby dolphin wants to go away. I said, baby dolphin, where are you going? Goes, I said, what am I supposed to teach? He goes, I said, oh, I do? He goes, I said, okay. And meanwhile, behind me in dream life, there's a black and white cat. And there's rocks behind me, yeah? And I'm in the water. And when in waking life the next day, I see the same exact black and white cat. I go, oh, I know. So I think the teaching is, all the stuff that we already know. And part of what I'm here to do is help people remember like remember who we are and reconnect to who we are and rejoice in who we are, so because and that's part of the songs, like remember, reconnect, rejoice. And to do that, we need to slow down and reflect, and it's not all run, right? And and we're all right here. Everything we need is right here. Just taking the time.
As children, we would play a while before we went to sleep. From the mountain top to the forest deep, the magic was inside of me. And all the while I would make believe and run around with you next to me. Barefoot in the creek, we go dancing in the creek. Leave your worries all behind. Leave your worries all behind. Dreams I see the majesty of dragons and my destiny. Then I grew up and forgot to dream. Got lost in responsibility.
We just heard Barefoot in the Creek. Thank you, Katty Z, for being with us today on Healing Wisdom.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So much love.
A little town crier note. Best of Broadway is happening at the Academy Playhouse Sunday the 29th. So you can get tickets for that at chathamhistoricalsociety.org. It features Emmy-winning musician Mark Bornfield, who will be playing trumpet, piano, and singing. Broadway veteran D. Jamin Bartlett and Pete Francesco on drums. It's a fundraiser for the Summer Music Series at the Atwood. It's a really fun, engaging performance, so check that out. Other town crier notes, the Provincetown, Tennessee Williams Festival is happening the 25th through the 29th. Tonight at the Wellfleet Preservation Hall at 6 p.m., Bites and Flights with Chef Tony Pasquale is happening at the Wellfleet Preservation Hall at 7 p.m. tonight. Liberty Talks, a colossal satire by Fermin Rojas, is happening. It's a world premiere comedy exploring the origins of our nation's most enduring symbols. Also at the Cape Rep Theater at 7:30, The Heart Cellars is happening. Saturday at Parish Park in Orleans, Frank Paransky and Kami Lyle will be performing everything from Italian songs to American standards and originals. Also, Saturday, there'll be an afternoon of poetry with Miriam Levine and Judith Partillo at the Snow Library. And Reverend Horton Heat will be performing at the Music Room September 24th at 7 p.m. So mark your calendars. Monica Rizzio will be at First Encounter Coffee House September 28th. And Love Local Fest will be happening at 11 a.m. to 5, Sunday the 29th. So plenty of time to get to the Broadway show at 4 at the Academy Playhouse. For more information about these events, you can go to WOMR.org. Click on Events at the top of the website, and a drop-down menu will bring you to Community Event Calendar. You've been listening to Healing Wisdom at Outermost Radio. All of our shows are podcasts at WOMR.org. Also check out healingwisdomradioshow.com and contact me at Pandora@WOMR.org.